Welcome back to Beef Time. I'm Walker.
And this is Cola.
Fun fact.
I like my awkward pause in the beginning of that. What's the fun fact? What's the fun fact?
Hmm. Fun fact. Turtles actually have really long penises, and I'm a little jealous.
So in the teenage,
You would
so in
never.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's why April was hanging around so she can get some.
So it's like that. It's like that. It's like that meme where that girl is crowded by the dudes on the couch.
Oh, I don't know that meme. You better send that to me.
Huh? It was like the four black. There's like the group of black dudes, and then the one white girl on the couch. And it's like the implicate. Yeah. Yeah. It's just instantly made me think of that. That's why there's four turtles.
Master Splinter proud.
And then you got old wrinkly bald Master Splinter in the background. He's like, I taught these boys.
Anyways, so my fun fact of the day is The Grudge is based on a true story.
That is interesting.
Not a lot of people know that.
Based on a true story doesn't always mean that it's 100% factual.
Inspired by some true stories.
Or true events, too. That's also. I feel like that's the one trick word. Like that's the one trick that's applied there. It's like based on or like events.
The thing is like also not Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street was kind of inspired by true stories. Because the director of it was inspired by stories from Indonesia where they were afraid to go to sleep because they were afraid that if they went to sleep they would die. No, just me. All right.
But based on what though? Like were they all being haunted in their dreams by the same figure or what?
And that's because like events and stuff happen in your dream and people are afraid. People are afraid that whatever happens in your dream, it's gonna happen in real life, like dying in your dream. So people try to avoid trying to go to sleep. But I don't know. It's like Indonesian culture.
I think I had a dream where I lost all my teeth and also the hairs off my butt. And I woke up to find that I was like 80 years old. Like, God damn it all.
And then you woke up and now you have dentures.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy if you woke up and then
I think it would be even trippier if
you wake up to an old body. You're like, damn it.
One day you actually do die,
Damn it.
and when you die, the moment after you open your eyes again, and then they ask you how was the simulation. The first thing I would be like was like, you motherfucker.
That's it. I think that's a movie. I forgot what it was called. It was a movie similar. The plot story is kind of similar.
Matrix.
I forgot what movie.
I'm terrible at movies, Cola.
No, no, it's something. It's something else. Something else better than the Matrix. Anyways, so those are the fun facts we learned this week. we're like Snapple tops. It's like the morbid Snapple top facts that's on there. You only get one, man. You only
Another
get
fun fact.
So, Walker, what's the topic for this week?
This week, we're going to talk about the good and bad habits we formed throughout our lives, and maybe even some of the new ones we developed during this pandemic.
All right. Do you want to get started?
Let's see. I have definitely developed a lot of bad habits that I've noticed. one thing during the pandemic, I find that I cared a lot less, so I pee with the door open to the bathroom.
Which you should.
Just because, just because I got no one to impress, and then like I have only pets at home who just look at me like I'm not doing it right.
Are they? Do you feel like you're being judged when they look at you?
I think I think I'm being compared a little bit.
You're like, ha ha ha.
You motherfucker. Watch what I put in your kibble tonight.
Watch for what they put in your bed tonight. Watch it.
There's just gonna be a line, like I'm gonna open my eyes. There's gonna be a line of anuses just around my face. It's just like you.
Oh yeah, you did. You did just get a new cat, didn't you? Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. Don't remind me of that.
Anyways, all right. All right. So my bad habits.
I gave in, but yeah. But. Mm.
So my bad habits. I go to sleep. I have to have something on. I just can't fall asleep without anything on. So whether it's like a music, a podcast, or like some television or movie, I can't fall asleep with anything.
Lights on or lights off?
I do lights off, but then I had the glow of the computer monitor on.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
I can't. I just can't.
So do you pass out mid-activity kind of thing, where it's just,
I pass out like first 5 minutes of it. So
like what I mean is just like when you're planning to do something, like you're gonna watch a movie, you're not putting it on so you can fall asleep, but you're actually literally watching a movie.
No. I put it on so I can fall asleep. If the movie's really good, I'll stay up, but it's normally something I watched before. So, and the other bad habit I developed is like, if I want like trippy dreams, I watch like a trippy movie. So it's like if it's like a horror movie, boom, I'm in there. I'm in there.
Okay.
It's like,
so my wife's dreams are always a to-do list. So it's just when we talk about something we have to do, she just dreams about doing it before the next day, and then she's like, "All right, we gotta do this." And I'm like, "All right, okay, we gotta go shopping at Costco, and we gotta go." And it's just why are you reliving your day twice?
Does she also do this? Does she also like? Does she dream about numbers for lottery and then when she wake up, let's play these numbers?
No, she doesn't. Yeah.
My family members.
That would be a hell of a psychic ability right there, but
my family members, they always have dreams about numbers. So once they wake up, they write down the numbers and then they play the lottery with it. Never works.
Another, well, not really a bad habit, but I mean I would consider it a bad habit. But when I'm at home alone, I try to amplify the sound of my fart as much as I can. So one thing that just because it just makes me laugh. One thing I've done is that I sat on a balance ball, or like not a balance ball. What is it called? Like the body balls, the yoga balls or whatever that you can sit on. Like I sat on those, and when it's like fully inflated, I like let it rip, and it just gives like this loud booming sound.
It amplifies it. Amplifies you. Don't put a bullhorn on that.
But
it's probably louder than the M1000 or
neighborhood's going off. I mean,
do you?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if I know. See, here's the thing: if I have a big fart loaded, then I'll find a body ball and just do that.
Do you eat gassy foods knowing that you don't want to do These big farts.
Not knowing. I mean, it just became a part of life. So I was just like, fuck it, might as well make it fun. Yeah. Uh, there has been times when I, I'm gonna just admit this up right now. I'm a middle aged guy.
Yes, we already know that.
So I kind of yeah. So I've already reached that
You don't give a
part of my
shit.
age where it's just you 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 don't give a shit, and then like you just kind of you're not old, not young. I think John Mulaney put it best. He's just like you're just gross, like that part in between, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty gross now, and uh, I think my wife has told me stories about well, you've also experienced this too, where I've farted in my sleep, and that's
Oh
not
yeah,
really
yeah,
a habit. It's just
yeah. In
yeah.
Germany, in Germany, it was just coming up. I thought it was ghosts. I thought it was ghosts.
Because actual words did come out.
And you talk in your sleep, so
Um,
and you completely talk in your sleep.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, these aren't habits.
These are character flaws that needs to be corrected.
uh, um, I don't know. Habit. Well, there's definitely bad habits of just like, I, I definitely like to fill a lot of the sad or awkward air with just more awkwardness or just shit that makes me laugh. I don't know. It's just I don't like being I don't like putting myself in moments when I'm particularly sad. So I very much just throw humor at a lot of things. It just seems to it's very it's pretty healing, but there's also different kinds of humor that you can use, because if you're doing too much self-deprecating humor, then it ends up being a bit too harmful if you don't you know use it responsibly, because then you start words are very powerful, so you can kind of make yourself feel bad by telling yourself something constantly. But um, I try to the thing was definitely to manage those types of things. But that's definitely one I would call it more of a good habit that I have, just because it's just not to it's allowed me to not take life so seriously, and just kind of help yourself be in the moment, and just uh, learn to love the little quirks about yourself too when you come to understand them. But yeah, what's a good habit you have, Cola?
Yeah, good habit. Dang, I was just thinking more. Fuck, I completely forgot about it. Dang it.
You make eye contact when you masturbate. I think that's very thoughtful.
Make make.
I think that's very thoughtful. I just think it's not. I think it's a bit inconsiderate to do it while I'm in the room.
Good. Like because of COVID, I've been when I go out, I always like shower when I come back in. I don't know if that's a good or a bad habit, but like I shower going.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's
I,
definitely
I
a practice.
think it's like
Uh,
the thing. The thing is like, I feel like if I do the whole thing, I get everything covered and I don't have to worry about it afterwards. But so like before I go out and then when I come back in, I just
mm-hmm,
do the whole scrub down.
mm-hmm,
Just because I'm like really cautious about catching anything. But that's like one habit
mm,
that I developed during this COVID thing.
mm-hmm.
Definitely, definitely. But
One habit I have, I really can't consider it good or bad. It's just more. I mean, if it's anything, if it's more of a precaution as well. I usually have the habit of, before I go to sleep or anything, I make sure that everything's turned off. So I make routes around the house. I
Oh
double
shit.
check the stoves and everything. Any unnecessary electronics are like unplugged. Uh, and the fear basically the reason is because my house caught fire one time. Um, yeah, so now one of my outlets caught on fire at my parents' house where I was living, and I was the only one home at the time too. So
Oh, how did you find out was the outlet that was catching on fire?
because the fire was coming from there.
Um,
Yeah. No, no. Well,
was
the
it plugged
wall
in?
where the outlet
Was it plugged
was,
in? Something plugged into it?
yeah, it was like a fish. Yeah, it was like a fish tank that was plugged into it. It was like a power strip. So I'm guessing that because it's a fish tank, like the water splashed onto the outlet and then caused a spark or something. Because I walked into my kitchen
Mm-hmm.
and there was just like the thick cloud of like black smoke. And I was like, "What is this?" And then I looked down the hallway where the fish tank was, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And it was like a whole wall of fire. And
Holy shit! And you put it out?
yeah, I put it out. I put it out in a panic because I used stupid me
You
shouldn't
use
do
water?
this. Use a fire. Yeah, I used water. Because we had a hose in the backyard, and I sprayed against the wall. I didn't spray directly at the outlet, but I sprayed against the wall, and just like put out the fire. But luckily, it was a small fire to begin with. But the other thing was my house was cluttered, so I did not know where the fire extinguisher was.
You should have used a
And,
spray can.
um,
No, I'm just kidding.
and so
If it was like, oh shit.
oh. Thank you, Cola. Uh, so yeah, so from that
Mhm.
point, I pretty much made it made it an absolute, um, pretty much an absolute point to check check everything before I go to bed, because I don't want any surprises. Um, so it's just it's just something that came more from like a trauma than anything. And it was it was the craziest thing too, because I remember like just walking around my house that one time. I was in my boxers too. It was just like it was I was in my boxers. I was just like, man, I just fought a fire in my fucking underwear. But it was
I'm surprised you don't unplug everything.
uh
Okay. Oh, okay.
one of those things that just made me think like, oh damn, if I literally had stepped
Mm.
out like I was planning to that day, like the house would have just gone up in flames. So now that I'm older, I'm just like, yeah, I'm trying to make it more of a practice to make these kind of checks for myself. But I think
You're home. Yeah.
we kind of do, actually. Yeah, everything's hooked up. Like things that are hooked up to like a power strip, and it's like if it's all unnecessary, we just unplug the whole power strip. And and the our entertainment center with all the games and stuff like that, we turn that off too. So everything's very easy, switch, and it's only when you're actually going to use it. Pandemic has made me a bit more lax on it because I'm home. Yeah, so I mean, like I have forgotten to do certain things too. Like sometimes the stove will still be on when I walk away because I'm like making a meal and then I come back to it, I'm like, oh shit. Like plus I've been making like really I've been making like all day meals where it's like it's boiling for like an entire day that I just kind of get used to it like being on. So that's something that's gonna have to break. What about you, Cola?
Shoot. Another habit.
You give me a kiss when we make love.
So, how can I think of another habit that I just do and like
I'm trying to make you look good, all right?
shut up, dude. I think the only bad thing is like I wake up and the first thing I do is check email. It's like I don't need to do that anymore. It's just like I think it's a terrible habit to do. It's just because I'm just so used to doing that, but like you don't get any emails. I mean, no one's really like emailing me at home and stuff like that. But I don't like, yeah, I don't even like check my phone that often. So if you text me and I'll respond to you like within like 2 or 3 hours, which you already know I already do. It's just like it takes me a while to respond back. You just have to catch me at like a good hour. The good hours, my peak hours.
I understand how busy you are, Cole.
Yeah. It's like from 5 to like some 6 or something. I'm like asleep. I'm taking a nap. It's like I wish I can like respond to my messages earlier, but I just can't.
One habit I'm actually trying to break is the fact that I like when I'm working out. When I'm working out, I'm definitely that dude that is on his phone in between between workouts.
Like grunt.
But
man,
because I'm at home, like I feel less pressure to actually like, well, I'm not holding anyone up. So, but it's just.
Do you just pretend like somebody's on the Do you pretend like somebody's on the other somebody's in the room when you're working out, so you like rush things? No.
Nah, nothing like that. It's just I work out at home just to prevent stuff like that. So it's just I do it at my pace. I don't have to worry about some jackass just kind of being like, oh well, like either hogging all the weights or just trying to wait for other people in line or holding someone else up. So you do it, you do you, and then like whatever.
I'm definitely like you already know, like I don't listen to any music while I'm working out. It's just I have a notepad, just making sure I'm doing my workouts and my reps, and that's it. So
I can attest to this because Cola only had like one CD when we rode in the car together, so that's all we listened to the entire time.
when it comes to like technology and stuff like that, I'm very minimalist with it. I the thing is like I don't have the latest and greatest. I just work with what I have. Like I don't know. I think that's just me. Like I definitely don't have the latest phone or anything, but I have the latest cameras, but not the latest phones. The thing is, the crazy thing is like we're gonna like end this conversation and then we're gonna like, damn it, I got one. I got another good one. Yeah, that's always it's gonna happen. That's also another bad habit. Well, and I think it's just like when you're under pressure, you kind of forget your bad habits.
I have like a billions. Mm-hmm. That's also a bad habit.
Yeah.
No. This is all about a perspective kind of thing. So it's just there's no real right or wrong. It's just how you're experiencing everything. I think for me, one big habit I always have. My wife can definitely attest to this. Is this I have to have everything within arm's reach. So everywhere I sit in my own house gets cluttered with a whole bunch of different things like laptops, controllers, and all this other stuff, snack foods, drinks, because sometimes I like to multitask, and just if I'm trying to play games and like watch a movie at the same time, I do have everything within arm's reach, and so uh, like I'll play a game like something that's like pretty mind numbing, like an RPG, say Final Fantasy, and where you're just kind of running back and forth and then like leveling up, like doing some mindless activity while trying to while watching a movie. Then I'll have them both available to me at all times, uh, just so I don't have to get up.
So if you're doing like a session of Final Fantasy, you just have to have everything: snacks, drinks. I'm surprised you don't have a mini fridge next to you. So you probably think,
Yeah. So
oh, or at least a cooler with with
I
ice and
would,
drinks in
but
it.
then I don't want to have something to plug in and catch on
I'm so-
fire.
you should have a coffee table that turns into a urinal, so you have to get up. Which is all
That's why I want to
which
get
is
one of
all
those
valid
coffee,
ideas.
I want to get one of those coffee tables that has all that in there, like a USB charger, and I'll just cut. I just cut a hole. I just cut a hole in my sofa and just.
You know, a good habit is I finish
Don't worry about
all my games
where it collects.
that I buy. All my video games.
Uh, yeah. What else? You know, it's just good habit of mine.